Hello and welcome to Market Wrap, and I have with me Mr. Pankaj Pandey, Head Research, ICICI Securities. Welcome, Mr. Pandey.
Thank you, Geet.
Markets are consolidating as we spoke last week in a very broad range with Nifty and Sensex inching up nearly 0.8% during the week. Bank Nifty also gained around 0.7% for the week. Small caps lost nearly 1 percentage point this time. Mr. Pandey, markets are consolidating. What should be done now? What should be the strategy right away?
So I think it is good that the markets are consolidating after the kind of a sharp run which we have seen earlier, and I think our markets have sort of gained about 0.5%. So as long as markets are consolidating at higher levels, I don't see much of a challenge for the markets in terms of aiming for new highs of 15,430 in the upcoming week. Not necessarily the next week, but in weeks to come. Largely, I think global commentary is quite positive. I think ECB also was quite sort of dovish in their stance. Although yields have reacted on a higher side, and which is causing some bit of a nervousness. But I think, like I said, it is more of a good problem to have because if the economic rebound is faster or sharper than what is anticipated, I think in general it is good for markets across. And I think the kind of consolidation what we are seeing probably could pan out for next 1 or 2 weeks. Before that, and after that, we would expect that the result specific stocks or sectors will start sort of gaining momentum. But whenever markets are in a sort of a consolidation phase, I think defensives do a lot more better compared to the rest of the pack. Mid cap, small cap continue to remain attractive. I think whatever correction we are seeing is a healthy correction, and I think all your economic broader parameters are fine. So if economy is rebounding, I think mid caps and small caps will continue to do well. So like I've been saying earlier, this is the year of mid caps and small caps.
IT sector was the best performing sector this week, gaining around 2.2%. Consumer durable, capital goods, Bankex gaining around 1 to 2% during the week. IT, as we spoke about last week, you were very positive on Infosys, and with the earnings season coming now, we saw a sharp rise in Infosys, with gaining around 3.6% during the week. Other IT stocks that gained were Tech Mahindra, HCL Tech too. Persistent systems also did well, touching all-time high today in the markets. So IT overall, Infi, one stock that we have spoken about. Rest of the stocks, HCL Tech, TCS, what should one do on? Would they also be among the gainers?
Absolutely. I think in IT, if you look at most of the companies have been guiding for a high or a mid double digit kind of a growth overall for the next 1 or 2 years. And we will expect that the deal momentum will get better. So that way, IT overall looks good. I think globally also we have seen a sharp rebound in the IT stocks. So obviously there is a positive rebuff to that also. But I think besides Infosys, Persistent, L&T Infotech, L&T Infotech has been sort of delivering a superlative growth compared to the rest of the pack, and which is why it is sort of the most expensive of the lot also. So I think stocks like these will continue to sort of keep doing well. So I think both large cap and mid caps IT stock are looking attractive. So we have seen 1 week of gains. We would expect further gains ahead.
Pankaj, as you said, when the markets are consolidating, defensives are something that one looks at with the inflation concern and the yield rising yield posing a bit of concern for the markets overall. So in the FMCG space, that did not do well this week. I mean, it was down nearly a percentage point. Which are the stocks that one should focus on?
So I think in FMCG, largely one needs to look at the kind of opportunity by particular segments offer. So food as a segment is one particular pie where we expect that the overall proportion of packaged food would be far more higher going forward. So something like Tata Consumer or Nestle sort of stand out from that perspective. I think paint is one category where the growth in Q3 has been pretty good. And I think in paint, 30% is still unorganized. And I think that got sort of impacted during the lockdown. So our sense is that for paint, a low double digit kind of a growth rate could be sustained going forward as well. So that is one segment which is looking good. In addition to that, you have something like Zydus Wellness, which looks attractive to us. Otherwise, I think something like HOL and probably Colgate might still take some more time to sort of recover. I think we'll probably need to look at the kind of monsoon forecast ahead going forward. So that might have some bit of a lever to sort of play out. Because for FMCG companies, see, the best combination is that they're able to drive volume growth and pricing growth as well. So I think monsoon has a role to play there. Otherwise, I think the frontline FMCG companies like Dabur look far more attractive. I think they're the aggressive of the lot in terms of the new product launches in the last 1 year and going forward as well. So I think these are the kind of names which you like in the FMCG as the overall pack.
Cabinet has now approved amendment to Insurance Act, paving way for 74% FDI in insurance. Any of the insurance companies that you're betting on right now?
So I think we have two insurance companies under coverage. So we like both of them, SBI Life and HDFC Life. I think what we have seen is that the new business premium has started gaining traction, and our sense is that if somebody is not really looking for the kind of balance sheet risk which banks offer, so within financials, I think or non-bank, I think insurance companies sort of stand out. So from that perspective, both the companies structurally look very positive to us. And mind you, if we see a upturn in home loan because real estate sector is looking good, so I think both these stocks should do well going forward, both HDFC Life and SBI Life.
Pankaj, you liked private sector banks last week we spoke about, but this week, if we see, they were not able to perform that well. I mean, what should one do? I mean, IndusInd Bank down nearly 7% this week.
So I think private banks still look good to us because what we have seen is that a good amount of rally in PSU banks. And PSU banks have started sort of witnessing profit taking given the kind of rally what we have seen. I think our sense is that from a sector rotation perspective, it is now private sector banks turn to sort of perform. So which is where tier one banks like HDFC Bank or Kotak Bank or IndusInd Bank ideally should do well going forward, despite the fact that they have not really done well in this particular week.
Tesla and Tata Power, the news floating around is that they are going to tie up and do some arrangement for, setting up the charging infra for electric vehicles. If that so happens, would you be a buyer in Tata Power?
So Tata Power, I will not be able to comment because we have an investment banking relationship which is going on. But I think our sense is that Tesla has been trying or is looking to speak to a lot of ancillary players. So obviously with the kind of plans they have, and they sort of ramp up quite quickly, which is what we have seen in case of China and Germany. So from that perspective, it is expected that they will sort of explore the ecosystem far more aggressively going forward. At this point in time, there is nothing concrete to sort of say or to bet on at this point in time. But I think auto ancillary players look attractive. So whosoever is a part of that, of the overall supply chain, I think ideally should benefit. At least a positive momentum or above can happen. So that is there, but our sense is that the disruption in the auto as a sector might gain prominence, because while people say that it will take 8 to 10 years, but what we have seen in case of say solar or in case of thermal power, I think the disruption has been at a faster clip. So something similar could pan out even in autos also, which is where I think two-wheelers and four-wheelers are quite vulnerable.
Again, a news, specific companies, if I say, ethanol, 100% ethanol usage as a fuel. This is what is being, we are hearing that government is contemplating and may come out with some kind of a policy on that. If that happens, what happens to sugar companies, and which would be your favorite bet?
So we like most of the sugar companies because if you look at from a landscape perspective, typically if you are say crushing 1000 kgs of sugar cane, typically you get 10 liters of ethanol. Now, if I am directly converting sugarcane juice into ethanol, this volume goes up to nearly 84 liters. And with the kind of realization what government is offering of about 67 rupees a liter, see the dynamics for the entire sugar as a pack changes a lot, which means that their margin profile will go up. They already are sort of doing a lot more better in terms of because what we have seen is that there is a diversion happening from sugar to ethanol. And that has helped the industry already because most of the players, if you look at their ROCs, have come in good double digits. Plus, a lot of them have cleaned their balance sheet. So structurally, they are looking very positive. But I think at this point in time, to give you a broader number, we sell about 4,200 crore liters of petrol. I think up till now, last year, tendering was about for 290 odd crore liters. So if you're even looking at 20% kind of a blending, I think the volume growth opportunity is fairly large. But that will take some time to sort of pan out because at this point in time of the overall revenue pie, bulk of it is sugar only, because 85% of the revenue is coming from sugar, and that's a pie which is not growing. I mean, you really do not expect people to sort of keep consuming or consume higher sugar going forward. So from that perspective, I think the development is very positive for the entire sugar as a pack. I think if you see tenders coming out from the oil marketing companies, I think it is going to be extremely positive for most of the players, given the fact that most of your sugar companies are trading at 5 to 6 kind of a multiple or below book values. So structurally, I think within commodities, this is a pretty strong place to be in.
COVID cases rising again. How much concern is this for the market now?
So, see, earlier when Europe went into a lockdown, we had a knee-jerk reaction. I think something similar cannot be ruled out. I think there was fear today also, and because of which market lost a lot of the opening gains. But my sense is that it's a race against vaccination. So that way, I think with vaccination also picking up, I don't think it is going to create the same kind of panic. At best, you could see a knee-jerk reaction for a day or two, but I really do not think it is going to sort of disrupt the rally what we are seeing in the market. So I think those fears are far behind us. So that way, I don't think that it will disrupt the market momentum. Yes, in a consolidation, you could see some bit of a loss of gain, but beyond that, I don't think one should be really worried too much because see, vaccine is already there. It is just that you need to sort of pump up the capacity. So that way, I think probably in a month or probably 2-3 months, I think the vaccination levels are going to go up. And I think that will sort of normalize a lot more. So that way, I think things are not really worrisome.
Levels that you're watching for next week?
So like I said, I am expecting markets to head towards new highs. Whether that happens next week or a week after remains to be seen. But broadly, I think we would expect markets to consolidate at a 14,800 to about 15,400 kind of a range, because market is definitely showing strength at lower levels. The only thing is that it is not sort of displaying energy to sort of break out. So that way, I think consolidation as a higher level will pan out or is expected to pan out. And obviously, with any kind of so we really do not have much of an event to sort of look at next week. But if there are any thing which comes out positive, I think it can take market to new highs. So I will not be surprised at new highs.
Any specific sector and stock that you're watching out for?
So I think on the sectoral front, IT, consumption, banking and financial services, especially the private banks, and I think infra is expected to continue to sort of keep doing well. I think stock specific, again, it's a mix of pack which we are looking at. So Infosys still looking good to us. IndusInd Bank looks good to us. Titan, Persistent, L&T Infotech. Then in addition to that, Ajanta Pharma and Mahindra Logistics is what I think we expect these kind of stocks to do well.
Thank you, Pankaj, for being with us.
Thanks so much.